Steve McConnico comes from what used to be referred to as good stock. For more than 50 years, Steve's parents, Ruth and Charlie McConnico, owned New London, Texas's hotspot, an old-fashioned soda fountain and drugstore. Steve and his 3 siblings grew up helping out in the store. Steve's father, also mayor of New London for 27 years, passed his love of politics on to his son. From his mother, Steve developed a passion for history and literature. Although Steve considered graduate school in English or American history, he had grown up knowing some very good trial lawyers and noticed that the lawyers enjoyed what they did, made money doing it, and helped people. That sounded pretty good. At Baylor Law School, Steve thrived. He thoroughly enjoyed his classes and professors and served as editor-in-chief at the Law Review. 30-plus years later, Steve was excited to return to Baylor Law for a quarter as the court practice professor. Fresh out of law school, Steve clerked for Texas Supreme Court Justice Jack Pope. What began as a job turned into a lifelong friendship. Justice Pope was a great mentor to Steve, co-writing several Law Review articles with him and providing professional guidance. A few years later, Steve joined Frank Douglas and Wally Scott's law firm. He considered himself quite fortunate to work with these gentlemen, who provided him good cases to try and responsibility in managing the firm. He has practiced at what is now Scott, Douglas, and McConnico for 29 years. Part of Steve's practice involves legal malpractice work. While he enjoys it, he admits that it is a challenge. Lawyers are easy scapegoats, says Steve. We live in a time when everything is boiled down to easy slogans, but lawyers speak in subtleties. In 1994, National Law Journal named Steve one of the top 25 legal malpractice lawyers in the country. Through the years, Steve has held several leadership positions in the legal community. A former president of both the Austin and Texas chapters of the American Board of Trial Advocates, Steve has also served as chair of the State Bar of Texas Litigation Section and as a member of the Texas Supreme Court Advisory Committee. He is also a former president of the Texas Supreme Court Historical Society. Drawn to the society because of his interest in history, Steve has been a member for 20 years. There's a lot more to Texas legal history than what is in the Southwestern Reporters, says Steve. There is the ebb and flow of how much power the appellate courts give juries and how much power the legislature gives courts. Texas legal history is chock full of interesting personalities. Politics continues to be a central interest in Steve's life. He participates in legislative and judicial races and even had the recent opportunity to meet President Obama. Steve stays active outside the legal and political spheres as well. As he puts it, I climb up mountains in the summer and ski down them in the winter. Accompanied by friends and family, Steve welcomes the opportunity for exploring, with or without snow. Although Steve hasn't lived in New London for almost 40 years, his parents' lessons in history, politics, and hard work are apparent in his professional and family life even now.